Yeah, you wouldn't just be okay after that hit. I mean, seriously, taking a Tagamizer like that and hitting a tree point blank and then managing to live? That wouldn't be possible. I mean, if this was some other movie, Ben would be dead on sight. So hello guys and welcome back to Jurassic World Chaos Theory final season review. Yes, we have the season, and on a side note, this is the re-review of season 4 because the first time I did the review, let's just say I was kind of furious and the review kind of turned into rambling, so I just scrapped that whole review entirely and decided to make a new one. But to be very honest, I kind of didn't like this season, and we'll get into why I don't like this season. Now, as you all know, this is a spoiler review, and so from this point onwards, there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click off right now. And with that out of the way, let's start with the bad of this season, which unfortunately were the characters. And I say unfortunate because the past 3 seasons of this show, the characters were the heart of each season. All these seasons were so enjoyable because the character arcs were so well done. Yet in season 4, they all felt rushed. Besides 2 character arcs, every other character arc was rushed. To start off, the 2 that really bothered me were Darius' Brooklyn character arc and Sammy's and Yaz's character arc. We ended season 3 where Yaz and Sammy were in an argument, right? And they had split up. Yet in this season, first off, the characters reunited way too early into the season, and then when they did, Yaz and Sammy just acted like they didn't had all those arguments and immediately were like in love. And I was like, why do you brush over so much tension that could have been there and you could have like really used it to build a story out of it? Yet you all of a sudden just went, right, we're not doing that, and bring them together. But even that doesn't happen, right? Story wise, Yaz and Sammy actually get together at the last episode, but I was like, you already did that in the 4th episode of this season. Why are we like doing this again? It was just a weird choice with how they went about with those 2. Even after the fact that they had this lovey-dovey moment between each other, Sammy still had problem with Brooklyn, and even that didn't go anywhere. Like, there was this little argument and then Sammy forgave Brooklyn and they were friends again. But the most infuriating arc was Darius and Brooklyn, because what do you mean you built 3 seasons upon this arc of Darius falling in love with Brooklyn? Now there's tension after all these seasons. Now you bring in the tension between them, and to make the matters worse, it turns out that at the end of the day, Darius isn't actually in love. Like, he's aromantic? Okay, so romantically he can't fall in love. Really? We built 3 seasons just to find out that he can't fall in love. It was really infuriating what they did with these stories. During this season, they made 2 other choices as well, which I didn't like. One of them being the Atrociraptor story. Like, we know they were making these Atrociraptor more weaponized and more of a killing machine, and we see that in the 2nd episode of the season, and we find out that these raptors are even more intelligent, yet we just leave that story after a bit. Other thing that I didn't like was the choice of Ben being the one to save Brooklyn. Remember how I said that Brooklyn was standing on that jeep and I didn't know how it was gonna end? Yeah, Ben saves her, but I was like, anyone else could have saved her and it would have made more sense. And I was just questioning why they did that, and then immediately Ben got struck with the Tagamizer. But I feel like if it was any other character, it could have been Kenji, it could have been Darius, and it would have made more sense. But I'm not saying that what they did was bad, because I really enjoyed that aspect of the story. And with that, let's move on to the good of this season, which easily were the dinosaurs. But before I talk about that, I just really want to appreciate the animation for the season, because it really seemed that they stepped up the animation for this season. But animation aside, dinosaurs were the best part of the season, and every action sequence this season had was great. So with that, let's talk about the dinosaurs that I felt like should have had more screen time but didn't, that being the Quetzal and Therizinosaurus. Quetzalcoatlus had one of the best action sequence for any pterosaur I've seen, and here I just like how they showed the scale of it as well. Unlike Jurassic World Dominion, where you didn't get this sense of the scale of Quetzal, here you really do get a good sense of scale, and the action was great. Therizinosaurus as well was well utilized. Like, it was blind, yet it really wanted to kill anything that came near it, and that really made up for a really scary sequence where we know that Ben was injured and Therizinosaurus was just lurking around, and that was really scary. Now, let's talk about the Giga in the room. Giganotosaurus, was this dinosaur redeemed in this season? I would say yeah, but it wasn't used to its full potential. Like, every scene Giga was in was great, but that was it of the Giga. Giga fought Rexy twice in this season, so it means that Rexy and Giga fought 4 times in one day. Every moment they were throwing hands at each other. It really showed up for their rivalry, right? Because you didn't get that sense in Dominion, but here you do. Like, they were really fighting it out every moment they get. Now, let's talk about the villain dino of this season, which was the Dilophosaurus. Like, you wouldn't think that Dilophosaurus would be the villain, yet it was very well utilized to be the villain, because Dilophosaurus was hunting down our campers. Another thing I want to appreciate about this season was how they managed to sync this season with Dominion. Now I want to talk about Rexy, because this season felt like a farewell to Rexy. Saying that, you might think that, oh, Rexy gets time to shine, right? No, she gets her ass kicked pretty much every moment. Like, her ass got kicked by Pachyrhinosaurus. She lost her first battle with Giga. Like, she fought back, but immediately Giga got the upper hand. But that didn't stop her. The next time Rexy and Giga fought, Rexy won that one. And at the end of the season, like I predicted, Rexy came in to save the day and saved the campers from the Atrociraptors. And it really felt like an homage to Jurassic Park, where it was fighting the Velociraptors. There was a moment where Rexy was kind of being beaten by the raptors, because of course she's old, and I like that they show that. Rexy isn't in her prime anymore. She's old, so yeah, she would get beat. So in the moment where you think that Rexy would be beaten, out comes Buck and Doe. And I like that, because in Dominion they just randomly appear and you don't know what Rexes they were. But here you get the idea that, oh, that's how Rexy met Buck and Doe. They all come together and fight the Atrociraptor, and at the end roar, which gave us this really cool scene. But dinosaurs aside, I want to talk about the characters I really liked in this season, and one of them was Kenji. Kenji was the main character of this season. Like, he was mature, he was kind, and he was really understanding of everything. Like, his whole arc with Brooklyn was well executed. Like, here with Kenji and Brooklyn, they really gave them a good closure, because it ended with the same thing that started it. Right? In the beginning of Camp Cretaceous, Kenji says, oh, we're meant to be. And here Brooklyn ends this relation with saying, maybe we're not meant to be, but they still stay friends. And I really like that. There's maturity in this moment, in this bond. Besides Kenji, Ben was really the star of the season, because after episode 5, he gets injured, and that whole story where they're trying to get Ben to safety is such a heart-wrenching one. I nearly shed a tear when Bumpy reunited with Ben, because oh my god, it was a really emotional scene, because Bumpy reunited with Ben after a long time, and you didn't know if Ben was gonna live, right? Like, there is a moment in this season where everyone was panicking, and all of a sudden Ben just closed his eyes and it seemed like he was in the afterlife, and I was like, wait, did he really just die? Also, the other thing I liked was how every other character interacted with Ben when Ben was injured. Like, everyone became an elder sibling to Ben. You had great moment with Yaz, you had a great moment with Kenji, you had a great moment with Brooklyn, you had a great moment with Darius. Like, they all were really caring for Ben. It makes me wonder why they couldn't give this kind of story to their romantic relationship stories. And also, another thing I want to add, Smoothie has a father, right? I mean, it is obvious, but I didn't think of that. And this male Ankylosaurus looks like the one from Jurassic Park 3. But going back to the end of the story, where we didn't know if Ben was gonna make it, they take him to this stretcher. We really don't know if he's gonna live, and the campers just start crying. I'm like, okay, is Ben really gonna die? And then they just time skip, so you really don't know if Ben lived or not. And when they did the time jump, you see that Darius is coming back from Biosyn, and when he comes back to his house, everyone has a different look. But again, we don't know if Ben's alive or not, and they really want to make us think that Ben is dead, because you see his beanie on the table and you don't see a sign of him, and then there comes Gia and Ben with him, and we find out that Ben actually kind of died for a second, and they make a huge moment out of it. But then at the end of the day, they ended on a sweet note, and it was nice seeing the group all back together. Also, there is no kind of connection to Rebirth, but that's fine. It didn't really bother me that much. So overall, if I had to rate this season, I'd rate it 6.75 out of 10. Yeah guys, this wraps up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy this season or did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. And as always, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.